All right, today's segment paid for by Hall Financial. You've worked hard paying the payments on your home, upgrading it when you can. Now it's time for your house to work for you.
That's right. Today's low rates means there's probably a bit more equity in your home and an opportunity to use that equity to put some money in your pocket or your purse. Here with more is David Hall from Hall Financial. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. You know, after this interview, I got to call my dad because nobody likes a pot pie like John Hall. I'm going to call him up. It's just his excuse to eat pot pies all day. And since he doesn't have social media, he has no idea about this. So I got to call him.
Big day for John.
It is a big day. You better get on that. Sure.
Seriously.
Big day. He'll be eating pot pies until he falls asleep.
The homes have appreciated, okay? Obviously, the values of homes, I mean, most people know this due to the demand. Doesn't that mean that equity is now more accessible? Your home's worth more?
Yeah, you know, the last 2 years especially, we've seen what I call abnormal appreciation. You know, typically homes in a good market will appreciate 5-6% a year. It's a good investment. A lot of folks know that home ownership is one of the cornerstones of wealth in America that you can try to build as an adult. But we've seen record 10, 15, 18, 20% type home equity growth over the last year or two, which is great news if you own a home. And for folks that want to tap into some of that equity, I've got a good stat for you. Basically, for every $10,000 that you want to take out of your home, maybe you want to do some renovations, maybe you want to consolidate some debt. There's a lot of reasons why you might want to tap into it. For every $10,000, it only ups your payment by about $40 a month. So it's very manageable because of these low interest rates to tap into some equity if you have a need for that with what's called a cash out refinance. So a good time right now for homeowners to look at that, especially on the heels of yesterday's Fed meeting where they basically signaled that next year rates are probably going to be rising.
There you go. And I don't have to think about it. I'm doing it right now.
I'm kind of curious about who should consider doing this, I guess, too.
Yeah. Well, there's a number of different, I think anybody that has lingering debt, what I call bad debt, credit card debt, high interest, non-tax deductible debt, you can clean that up by utilizing your mortgage debt, which we call good debt, which is going to be in the 2s or maybe even the low 3s in terms of interest rate, and in most cases tax deductible. So when you call us or call any trusted advisor to find out, you know, what makes sense for you, a lot of times utilizing your mortgage is the best way to utilize debt to either funnel projects or to pay off those sort of lingering, not great debts that you might have. And, you know, the biggest example of that would be high interest rate credit cards. Certainly student loans sometimes fall under that as well. So, you know, every situation is individualized, but if you're a homeowner and you've had some struggles paying your bills, or maybe you just want to lower your mortgage rate, now's a great time to check in on it, as we've talked about throughout the summer and now into the fall.
And I know the answer to this already because I'm doing this right currently with your company, believe it or not. But how long will it take once we get everything settled, we go through this process, for me to get that equity and get that cash so I can put the new roof on my house?
Yeah, so in a great circumstance where everything sort of flies through, you would apply this week and close next week. Typically, it's just a touch longer than that, but the majority of our loans are basically ready to close in 8 business days or less. Now, there are some circumstances where it might take 2 or 3 weeks. Generally speaking, the industry average is 44 days. At Hall Financial, we're closer to 11 with a lot of stuff closing earlier than that. So certainly if you were apply today or this week, in early October, you'd be closed and you'd have your cash and your lower payment. So we really specialize in speed at Hall Financial because we realize my 25 years in the business, the one thing I've learned is that people want to be in the mortgage process for about the same amount of time you want to be in the dentist chair. You want to be in and out. You don't want to spend a lot of time in the dentist chair. You don't want to spend a lot of time in your mortgage process. So we overstaff our operations team by design so that we can move you through quickly and you're not sitting around for 45, 60 days wondering what's happening. That's the worst experience in the world.
And a follow-up to that, David, then that's how long it would take for the process to happen and the equity to come back. But how about the actual process of doing it? Like how long am I on the phone? Are there forms to fill out? Am I
Online.
signing a bunch of stuff? How long is the actual process of the interaction with Hall Financial?
Yeah, the good question. So the initial call is probably 20, 25 minutes so that we can dig into your situation, and then we'll do a follow-up where we'll go over your credit, help you get all your documents in. So I would say it's an investment of about an hour of your time,
Oh, wow.
maybe 90 minutes. After the initial 15 or so minutes, 20 minutes, there's really not a lot left to do, but our team really specializes in helping you get all those documents, maybe either working with you or your spouse or your accountant or whoever it is, so that it's not just all on you. We consider it a team effort, and it doesn't take that much time at all.
Good. I think that's the most intimidating part of the whole process, but knowing that you guys can have us go ahead and get everything lined up is what we need to hear. All right. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Great to see you guys. I'm going to go get a chicken pot pie.
Save us some.
See you, Dave.
All right, thanks so much. Once again, callhallfirst.com is where you want to go, and then 866-CALL-HALL, as easy as that, for you guys to get all of your answers on your mortgage situations.